You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. Y'all, yesterday Donald Trump pardoned a number of folks, including Michael Milken. And I love all this drain and swamp, but he pardoned all these corrupt individuals, including former Illinois Governor Blagojevich. And here's what's interesting. All of these people, Trump and all the rest of the other people said, you know what, it was just unfair. Blagojevich got sentenced to 14 years. In fact, Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot gave an interview where she said that that likely was the longest ever for a political corruption. Well, that's actually not true. Also, Angela Stanton, Scott's buddy right there, who was on, of course, the show. She also had her felony conviction. She was pardoned as well. She, of course, is the adopted daughter of Alveda King, who, of course, is a big-time Trump supporter. But Mayor Lightfoot was wrong, because the reality is Kwame Kilpatrick, former mayor of Detroit, got 28 years in prison. So the question is this here, and I've been hearing for the last year that that folks out of Detroit have been really pushing, actually the last 2 years, pushing Trump on partnering or commuting Kwame Kilpatrick. Do you think Trump will try to use that as a play for black folks in Detroit?
Absolutely.
Maybe. The reality is all of these cases are different and in different jurisdictions, and they were state prosecutions. So Kwame Kilpatrick, he may do it. That would be a shrewd.
No. They're not state. They're not state.
Not federal?
So Rod was federal.
Was Kwame state?
Rod was
absolutely right. Some were state, some were federal.
Yeah.
He could try that. The problem with Kilpatrick is this: he got those 28 years not just because he was convicted of the corruption, but he was also he was violating court orders along the way, and at the sentencing, showing contrition and showing apologizing to the court. The court was not having it. I've appeared before that judge who sentenced Kwame Kilpatrick, and him violating it by going some of these orders in the interim of going to Canada without permission, violating probation, violating his bail obligations and stuff. I think, and what I've read, it played a lot into the Senate.
There's one thing that settles real quickly.
Kwame was
a state court, a state or federal case?
No, 1 second. It was in both. It was in both.
Okay.
It was in both. Violating probation was in state court.
Okay.
The 28 years came in federal court.
Okay.
So Trump could commute or pardon
the federal side.
The other thing is the money piece that was at issue. The higher the money piece is under the federal sentencing guidelines, she stayed within those 28 years.
Yeah.
I don't think she went above the guidelines because he was convicted of several criminal and corrupt violations.
No, not several. 24.
7 times.
Wow.
There were 24 counts.
Exactly.
I will say this. I can see Trump absolutely using Kwame's case to try to make a play of things. They're willing to throw anything at the wall right now.
His white privilege won't let him do it.
But the other thing is, I think there's one thing we probably should highlight here. I know Milken and the corrupt police chief and whatnot, Kerik, got their pardons and commutations. But I think probably the only thing that matter here is the 3 people that got pardons and commutations as a promise that he made to Alice Johnson. I'm not giving Trump, I don't give Trump credit for shit, but I do think this is probably something that should be highlighted. That there are 3 regular, ordinary people that got commutations and pardons as a promise that the president made to Alice Johnson when he released her.
How do you define that word?
Okay, should he get it, though? Should he get, like for instance, was 28 years too long? Was that too long of a prison sentence for Kwame Kilpatrick?
I will say this: murderers and people who committed manslaughter has gotten less. And I think when it comes to parity within the criminal justice system, I do think crimes of violating public trust are at the top of that chain, the top of that ladder. But do I think 28 years it is harsh.
28 years is far more time than most politicians get in these corruption cases.
William Jefferson, the former congressman in New Orleans, he got 13 years, and now a number of counts were thrown out later. Then eventually was free with with time served, but he had 13 years. So the longest for corruption, the longest is for corruption is Kwame Kilpatrick.
But there are
28
a lot of
years.
factors. See,
I understand.
This negative narrative that led to that 28 years.
Oh, no, I know. He
gotten half.
No, I understand that. He kept pissing the court off.
Put the two-way down, put the text messages down.
Exactly. Well,
No. He kept
going to Canada.
No. It wasn't even when he was just going to Canada. It wasn't even just that. It was when he said they're like, "Are you receiving money from friends?" No, I'm not. Here is a video of you getting a Western Union $1,000 at Walmart. Right. I mean, it was like it was constant lying to the court.
Exactly.
And that played a huge role, I think, in why he also got 28 years. And so we'll see what happens, whether or not Donald Trump also.
If you don't respect the court, the court doesn't respect
but when you're in the system like that, you can't jaywalk.
Yeah.
You know, you cannot jaywalk. And, you know, it's like my mother used to say, these defendants don't believe fat meat's greasy. Yeah. The judge going to prove to you that fat meat's greasy.
Right.
And in Kilpatrick's case, she did.
Well, so we'll see. We'll see if all of these so-called rumors are going to actually happen.
All right, folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
All right, so a lot of y'all are always asking me about some of the pocket squares that I wear. Now, Robert don't have one on. Now, I don't particularly like the white pocket squares. I don't like even the silk ones. And so I was reading GQ magazine a number of years ago, and I saw this guy who had this pocket square here, and it looks like a flower. This is called a shibori pocket square. This is how the Japanese manipulate the fabric to create this sort of flower effect. So I'm going to take it out and then place it in my hand so you see what it looks like. And I said, man, this is pretty cool. And so I tracked down, it took me a year to find a company that did it. And so they make these about 47 different colors. And so I love them because, again, as men, we don't have many accessories to wear, so we don't have many options. And so this is really a pretty cool pocket square. Now, what I love about this here is you saw when it's in the pocket, you know, it gives you that flower effect like that. But if I wanted to also, unlike other, because if I flip it and turn it over, it actually gives me a different type of texture. And so therefore it gives me a different look. So there you go. So if you actually want to get one of these shibori pocket squares, we have them in 47 different colors. All you got to do is go to rolandsmartin.com/pocket squares. So it's rolandsmartin.com/pocket squares. All you got to do is go to my website and you can actually get this. Now, for those of you who are members of our Bring the Funk fan club, there's a discount for you to get our pocket squares. That's why you also got to be a part of our Bring the Funk fan club. And so that's what we want you to do. And so it's pretty cool. So if you want to jazz your look up, you can do that. In addition, y'all see me with some of the feather pocket squares. My sister, who's a designer, she actually makes these. They're all custom made. So when you also go to the website, you can also order one of the customized feather pocket squares right there at rolandsmartin.com/pocket squares. So please do so. And of course, it goes to support the show. And again, if you're a Bring the Funk fan club member, you get a discount. This is why you should join the fan club.
Now back to your Roland Martin Unfiltered video. You want to check out Roland Martin Unfiltered? YouTube.com/Roland S. Martin. And subscribe to our YouTube channel. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real. It's Roland Martin Unfiltered. See that name right there? Roland Martin Unfiltered. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. That's youtube.com/Roland S. Martin. And don't forget to turn on your notifications so when we go live, you'll know it.